What is up, Rocket Nation? Hopefully you guys are having the best damn Wednesday ever in the history of Wednesdays that have ever Wednesdayed. It is day number time to go back to work. That's what it is for me. I'm not too happy about it. My days off are done today. I got to go back and earn the monies to put on this extravagant show that you guys see here every day. Hopefully you guys are having a great Wednesday, though. It's my Monday. It's my Monday. Today we're back on Diablo 4. Yesterday we started Diablo 4. First time we've ever played Diablo 4 here in the stream, and the plan is to sort of go through the entire main story campaign, and then we're going to be jumping into the DLC as well. I actually played a little bit of this game last night after the stream was over. I played for maybe an hour or two with Captain Smalls. I created another character, named her Rockitsauce. And she's a pretty good looking girl, is all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I ended up still going as a rogue. And essentially all we did was like the open world grinding kind of stuff. I was just getting a feel for the game. I did, of course, play this game when it first came out way back in, this was a 2023 game, isn't it? We're almost at 2025. Where the fuck does the time go nowadays? That is actually insane when I really stop and think about it. Yeah, I think this was released in 2023. Echo? My trusty woman in the box, Echo. What year, or what was the release day for Diablo 4?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, Diablo 4 was released on June 6, 2023.
June 6th, 2023. So that was midway into June. Damn, this game is a year and a half old basically already. That's insane. That's nutty. But yeah, I beat this game back when it very first came out, and I wanted to jump back into it because of the new DLC, or the expansion that has essentially been released for it. There's been a lot of changes that, from what I'm understanding, to this game over that course of time. There's a lot of systems that have been added in that I have no idea what they actually are. So I do anticipate this playthrough kind of being a big learning process for me. But we're going to jump in here very shortly. I'm super excited to actually play this. Outside of that, I did get my workout in today. I actually switched up the workout. I did the old jogging deal today, but I switched it up and I did it on an incline, incline that it was like this, about like that. What would you guys say? 20 degrees? Would you call that 20? Maybe 22 degrees? All I'm going to say is I feel like possibly I ran a marathon. You would not believe how much harder a jog is when you just increase it to 20 degrees rather than flat, and holy shit, yeah. Goobs, what is up? How are you today? Happy Wednesday, my dude. What up, though? So I did get my jog in today. I skipped any kind of strength training, anything like that. I did skip that today, but feeling really hungry. I ain't gonna lie, like extremely hungry. I normally don't ever eat breakfast at all. Today I debated on it, and instead I settled on a piece of cheese, a slice of cheese, and that's a thing. That's a thing. Gaming a bit, says Goobs. What are you playing today, Goobs? What you playing, buddy? Goobs says pre-flights are done and approved. I don't know if you know this, Goobs, but we actually launched without you today. Train Valley 2, that's what you're playing? A little Train Valley 2. You've been going pretty hard on that game now for the past couple of weeks now. It's been about 2 weeks that you've been playing it, right? If I remember right, it was, or was it last week? Week and a half you've been playing it. That and Satisfactory, right? Satisfactory was the other one. Try 3 years? Jesus. So you've only been telling me about it for about the last week and a half. 3 years you've been playing Train Valley 2. I can't believe that. That's actually insane to me. I don't think I've ever played, you know what? There's Destiny. There's Destiny, right? I've been playing that on and off for 10 years. It's your comfort game then, right? That's what it is. We all have that comfort game, that one that we go back to all the time. Like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to something I'm used to, something I can turn my brain off and play. So yeah, last night I did play a little bit of some Diablo 4. Like 2 hours of it. 2 hours of it. And I didn't do any like story stuff or anything like that. I was basically just powerhousing through a lot of basically power leveling my enemy, or my alt character, which I don't even know if I would consider it an alt character. I feel like if you make an alt, your alt should be different than your main character. And it was basically 2 rogues. But I was trying to experiment with some of the skill tree and see what I was into, what I was feeling at the moment. And I came up with pretty much nothing. I was in I'm trying to think of the difficulty. It wasn't torment level. It was the one right before torment level. So it's the hardest, basically the base difficulty of the game before you do the DLC. And penitent, that's what it was called. I was in penitent difficulty. So basically I was able to stay alive, but all I was doing was dragging enemies back to Captain Small so that he could kill them, is basically what I was doing. So I would go up ahead of him, go gather a bunch, bring them back to him, and then he would explode on them. And he was playing a necromancer, and yeah, and he's been actually going pretty hard in this game for the last couple of months, I want to say. Actually, it's closer to 7 years, says Goobs. Then why did you say 3? Now you're a liar. Now you've become a liar. I tried playing a bit of TV2 every day. I've never even heard of Train Valley 2. And you've been playing, it's been out for that long. I didn't want to boast. Goob says, I didn't want to boast. All right. I didn't want to seem like, I didn't want to let everybody know right off the bat that I was the best Train Valley 2 player to ever exist, but I am. But I am. You played since early access? EA. You can't say EA because immediately everybody thinks Electronic Arts, right? Like, I played ever since Electronic EA Sports. It's in the game. I bet you if it was ran by EA, they would have little train cards that you could buy for like $30. And you wouldn't know what train you're going to get for $30, but you'd have a chance at getting the one you wanted, right? No love for EA here. All right, I'm firing up the game. I'm going to get right into it today. We're not going to do too much talking because I'm actually really excited to play the game. Now, we left off. We had made it to Kiovashad, right? Isn't that the name of the town that we made it to yesterday? Kiovashad! Welcome to Kiovashad! We made it to Kiovashad yesterday. And where's the game at? Every time I go to open this game, it opens the launcher. I click the game. I click the shortcut to open the game. You should open the game, not open the launcher. Is that a thing I can change? Or is that just a battle.net thing? I'm playing. I'm launching. We're getting launched. Ooh! That blizzard, though. Let me kill the music. With the music. Get it out of here. Vessel of hatred. Let's go full screen because we know it's going to take a second for this to kick in. So, power leveling, just doing dungeons and whatnot with Captain Smalls, we did get my, the other character up to, I believe, 40. 48, sorry, made it to 48. That was pretty awesome. That's what she looks like, but this is Spartacus. Oh, yeah, I forgot that. Okay, so, our character, we were not able to actually, I don't know why, but our character's name had randomly changed. During the, like, I did the character creation, I put in a name, but then when we got in the game, we had a random fucking name. It was like Wahachu. Wahachu was our name. I didn't want my name to be Wahachu. So after the stream yesterday, I jumped on, I put it on hard. We're playing, as you see, on hard right here. I basically went right back to, I did everything exactly the same, went right back to the same thing that we did. So that's where we're going to be picking up. But that is why you'll see that the name on my character is actually Spartacus. And I was thinking Spartacus, and then I put sauce at the end of it, but Spartacus sauce didn't sound right. So Spartacus is where I landed. That's the name of our character. That's the name of our character. We are rogue. Right now, we've been doing these spinny things. We've been doing a lot of spinning around in circles with our build as of right now. We also got, at the very end of stream, we actually got an herb cache. So let's pop the box. We got, out of a herb cache, we got a common bow. Makes complete and utter sense, right? Absolutely makes sense. Our current one looks like it's going to be better. I've had better. New boots as well. We got boots as well. A little bit higher dexterity. Ours have movement speed on them, though. I don't think movement speed's all that important right now. I always Instead of right-clicking, I always hit spacebar to equip. I almost wish I could change those two things. I don't think you can change it. Mark as junk and equip. I wish I could change those. We have 4 points to spend as well. So these are actually going to be junk. Let's go and break these down. Now, rather than selling anything, I'm just going to be breaking down everything for resources throughout the very beginning of the game. Because I do remember that when you get later on in the game, you sell one piece of armor and it's like a shit ton of money. So it's more than we're ever going to earn by selling one thing in late game is more than we're going to sell all of our stuff all the way up to then. So I guess my thought process is we're better off having materials that we can then use for crafting or whatever the hell we're going to use them for. I don't quite exactly remember the crafting system, so there's that. So abilities. So here is where we had gone into, right? We made our way down to the Dance of Knives. Dance of Knives is pretty badass so far. I'm really enjoying that. I almost want to do can I do a respec for free right now? Refund all. Refund all. I'm thinking, I don't know. I kind of want to do a bow build. I'm kind of feeling like I want to do a bow build as well. I'm going to end up switching this stuff up all the time, nonstop. So if we're going to do a bow build, then we have, this is Blade Shift, Invigorating Strike, Puncture, Heartseeker, and Forceful Arrow. If we want to do a bow build, I guess we really have 2 of our basics attacks that sort of fit that fantasy. One is Heartseeker, fire an arrow that seeks an enemy, dealing 6 damage and increasing critical strike damage against them by 5%. It's only that one enemy though. For 4 seconds, you can get up to 15%. So this can stack 3 times. Forceful Arrow. Fire a powerful arrow at an enemy, dealing 6 damage every 3rd cast. It makes them vulnerable. Vulnerabilities are good, right? You know what? I think maybe we just stick with where we were at. I think we're going to stick with where we were at. We didn't take anything in this, did we? Oh, yeah, that was right. We had decided that we were just going to do Dance of Knives with nothing else, right? Essentially, that's where we were at. All right, so we took passives from here, right? So let's do your critical strike chance with Marksman and Cutthroat. This is a Cutthroat, right? Yeah, this is a Cutthroat ability. Yes. Are you sure? So I undid that. I undid everything that we did. So we have 4 more points. Essentially, we had made our way. We do have this, but not for any reason. We have it on our bar, I guess, if we ever do. We have never needed to stop using Dance of Knives since we started using it. So maybe we just max out all these passives. Siphoning Strikes. Critical strikes against close enemies. What is a close enemy? Against close enemies, have up to an 85% chance to heal you for 1% of your maximum life. Let's put 2 points in that. That's at 3 of 3. So now it's 3% of your maximum life. And then I guess we need more, this right here, the critical strike chance. So if we put another point in there, that sends that up to 9% increased critical strike chance. And, critically striking your enemy grants 10% movement speed for 4 seconds. If we put another point in there, that goes up to 15%. All right, I think that's the way. I think this is the way. So we literally have 2 things on our bar right now. We literally have 2 things on our bar. We have Puncture. We have Dance of Knives. That's it. All right. Feels good, man. Seems so weird to only have 2 skills. So where did we leave off as far as our journal goes? Campaign Act 1, A Cold and Iron Faith. Act 2, Knife Twists Again, or Act 3, The Making of Monsters. So obviously, I think we're gonna go with that one. You know what? We have a couple of side quests that we can do as well. The Blood of the Mother. Where is that one at? It doesn't exactly show where they're at, does it? Nevetsk is where we actually very first started the game. Oh, I see. Once we mark it, it puts the line to go to. Oh, let's go back there. Let's go there. We're gonna do that. We have a mount. We do have a mount. We have a hoose. It's a hoose, or as some would call it, a horse, or a moose horse, or a horse moose. A hoose. So we're going right back where we started then. I almost feel like, should we jump off and fight this stuff for the XPs? What?
I'm not ready.
Winning. Treads. Oh, hi. I almost wonder if we shouldn't be on normal difficulty. I'm not exactly sure. We are on hard, but I felt like on normal difficulty we were kind of dunking on everything. This is kind of awesome though. And we need to be close if we want to heal, right? What's this red dot on the map? An event defiled ground? I'm just spinning. I was spinning.
I'm not ready yet.
We have to find a way to never lose our charges, essentially. He's looking all pestilent, right? We did it. We have succeeded. Short sword, Strider's leggings. What's in the box? Drifter's tunic, some gauntlets. There was some other stuff in there as well. I don't know what it was though. It's kind of brain dead what we're doing here. Just hold down right click and that's it. Game over. Going down. Oh, my dog teleports. Let's go in here. We got a bunch of stuff. Let's actually check. Boots. Dexterity. More armor, more dexterity. Okay. Energy per second. We don't really use energy with our build at all, do we? So I don't think we need that. Goop says, or a Morse. I had thought about Morse, but Hoos just sounded better, right? It just rolls off the tongue. We get a little bit of extra life, a little bit more armor. Look at the look for this one as well, too. That just looks so dope. You can't see it because my fat head's in the way. Right there, see it? Can I zoom in on him? I wish you could zoom in on this screen. All right, we're going to go with that one. I guess, you know what? If we're doing this, I should stay in this screen, right? All right, so that can be junk. I've had better. It's on right now. Sword. Critical strike damage. A little bit more and max life. The other one has damage on it, though. The other one has plus 3.3% damage. Let's keep the one that we have on right now. Armor, plus 2 armor, a little bit more dexterity. The other one has more slots on it. I said slots. But I think the more dexterity actually should help out with that one, right? So we'll go with that. More armor, more max life. We would lose dexterity, though. I think we'll keep the one that we have. Armor and more dexterity. This is all around just better. It's just better. And that one has dexterity. What is our other one? We have an 82 power item power and a 91. 3.3% damage. The other one's 3.5% damage. This one gets dexterity. Let's put that one in there. For the dexterities, right? I guess we're just building dexterity. I'm guessing, and this is a complete guess, by the way. I'm guessing that dexterity is probably, as a rogue, you would think that that's going to be the determining factor as far as damage goes. Like, more dexterity probably equals more damage. Not 100% certain about that. I could be completely wrong. What is this? Infested cottage? I'm going in. We're going in! Do it! What up, Gun? How are you today? Good to see you, buddy. What up? Happy Wednesday. Wait, did we come in here already? I think we already came in here. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Need more time.
Things are happening. I'm constantly pinned in place. We leveled up. Dude, this one over here that's shooting the web all over the place needs to die an unnatural death. We've done it. Uncommon crossbow. We got a level up out of that. That's pretty nice. Angel's breath. That must have been a crafting material, I take it. Points! Are we gonna keep going into the passives right now? I feel like we don't need a passive. I think we need something else. Maybe Caltraps. Caltraps, Shadow Step. Where are we as far as this? We actually have a lot of stuff unlocked. I'm probably going in the way of passives is probably a bad thing to do right now, I feel like. Gunner sure said he's doing good. Good to hear, Gun. What you up to today? How's your Wednesday treating you? Anything fun planned for today, or is it just the normal work and freeze your ass off in Alaska? Jess, what is up? How are you? Jess says, Rocket can save me. Come save me? Come save me. I'm falling asleep during class. Absolutely not. Nope. Nope. I'm not going to have anything to do with it. You're not going to drag me into your class deal thing. I'm not going to fuck, because if I get there, I know how I am. I arrive at your class to wake you up, and I fall asleep. Maybe we get rid of some of these passives, and we get some more skills. What does this one do, the other side of this? Slows enemy by 25% for 3. This is actually pretty dope. Kind of like that one. Weren't we were thinking, ooh, smoke grenade too. Throw a smoky concoction that deals 11 damage and dazes enemies for 4 seconds. Maybe we just go like straight up, like crowd control. We need points, and you know what? We need one there. I think having this one's probably good. These are probably the ones that we want to get rid of, right? It only costs $3 to pull points out of these, so maybe we pull out of these. Pull out. I'm sorry. I'm a giant child. I'm sorry. Jess says, I've been up since 2:30 a.m. because my doggo had a seizure. Oh, no. Is he all right? Please just help me stay awake. Can't do it. Can't do it. Listen, I sympathize. This is from a movie. I sympathize. Shadow Step. Shadow Step. This, okay. Become unstoppable and quickly move through the shadows to stab your victim from behind for 19 damage. Gain 50% increased movement speed for 2 seconds afterward. Unstoppable characters have all control impaired effects removed and prevented. And that's for... How long does that last, I wonder? We were being crowd controlled right there, so that might be useful to have as well. I'm kind of liking the idea of smoke grenades, maybe using smoke grenades. There's dash. This could be good for like dashing around, obviously. What is that one? Dark Shroud. Ooh, Dark Shroud's really good if I remember right too. Surround yourself with up to 5 protective shadows. Gain 8% damage reduction per active shadow. Each time that you take damage, the damage is reduced and a shadow is consumed. Each active dark shadow grants 5% movement speed and also has a 15% chance to not be consumed. That's dope. While you have at least one active shadow, you gain 10% critical strike chance. But that does not stack. If you have 5, it isn't 50% extra. It's still just 10. Yes, Capone is doing good. He lost control of his bowels this time, but he's acting like nothing happened. Well, I mean, most of the time when it comes to seizures, that's usually the way it goes down. Like they act like nothing happened after. The moment of is horrible, especially for you, but usually afterwards they're fine. I had a dog that used to have seizures all the time as well. Shadow set. You know, I'm thinking Caltrops. Leap backwards and throw Caltrops on the ground, dealing 12 damage and slowing enemies by 50%. Enemy in caltrops take 10% increased damage from you, increased by 5% each second up to 45%. Oh, that's really good. Methodical caltrops now deal cold damage and chills enemies for 25% per second. Chilled enemies have reduced movement speed, so they stay in it longer. And then you get, okay, that's pretty dope. And then smoke grenade is throw a smoking concoction at enemies that deals 11 damage and dazes them for 4 seconds. So you could throw down this, then throw down the smoke bomb right behind it. You daze them, they stay in it for 4 seconds, and then you're guaranteed to get, what would that be? It's 20, or it's 10%. Then 4 times 5 is another, that's 40% right there, 40% extra damage for anything that's within it. I wonder how big the cow trap thing is. Jess says the sad thing is we don't have any idea what's causing them. All the blood work comes back normal and where it needs to be. That was the same thing with my dog. He was a Shih Tzu. He was a Shih Tzu, yep. Let me give you guys this screen so you guys can actually see what I'm looking at too. What is that? Poison trap. Place a trap that arms after 1.25 seconds. It activates when an enemy moves within range, applying 134 poisoning damage over 9 seconds to enemies in the area. You can have up to 4 traps armed at once. I think we looked at that yesterday, right? Knocks down enemies for 1.5 seconds. That's pretty dope. So then there's more crowd control. Poison trap has a 40% chance to reset your imbuement skill. We don't have, that's these over here. We don't have any imbuement skills yet. This one is you deal 15% increased poison damage to enemies standing inside your poison trap. I'm thinking that we take caltrops and then we take this one and this one because I like the idea of them being slowed down inside of it. And then I think we take smoke grenade. Then we'll take that for, okay, enemies hit with the smoke grenade take 25% increased damage for 5 seconds. So that's like 90% if we combine it with this one, the caltrops. That's pretty dope. Hitting an elite or boss with your smoke grenade reduces its cooldown by 5 seconds. So it's got to be an elite or a boss. I don't know, how do you determine if something's an elite? I mean, obviously the bosses have the big boss bar at the top, but... subverting smoke grenade. Smoke grenade now deals poison damage and applies another 11 poison damage over 5 seconds. That's interesting. I think we go for this one to have it more often. Have it off cooldown. And then I'm thinking we have 1 point left. Maybe we do an imbuement. And because we're getting this here, the caltrops gives us essentially cold damage. Maybe we just double that. Or we could go shadow imbuement too. That could be cool. Imbue your weapon with a festering shadows. Your next 2 imbuable skills deal shadow damage and infect enemies for 6 seconds. Infected enemies explode on death, dealing 9 damage to all surrounding enemies. If the infection expires before the enemy dies, it'll deal 9 damage to only that enemy. Maybe we do this one just so we have something else to apply to our weapon, but I feel like Dark Shroud might be pretty awesome as well. Or do we go imbue the cold imbuement and slow them even further? We only have 1. Imbue your weapon with the frigid energies. Your next 2 imbuable skills deal cold damage that chill enemies for 25 per hit. Per hit! We get a lot of hits on enemies too. So next one. Cold imbued skills have up to a 40% chance to make enemies vulnerable. I feel like that's something we're missing. We're probably missing a little bit of vulnerable, right? Or do we get it from... I thought we got it from something else too. We need a way to make enemies vulnerable. I like when enemies are vulnerable. I feel very vulnerable right now. Yeah, none of our stuff. Can we do a keyword search on vulnerable? Vulnerable. All right, now if we look, all the vulnerable skills should be highlighted, right?